on the play. We have Tendrils, Gaia's Will, and Burning Wish in our hand. Oh, come on. I could keep this, because if I hit a black source, I'm just in really good shape, but... And they're likely playing a deck that I can wait around a bit. But I'm not gonna. I mean, this is also not a great hand, but I'm not gonna go to 4. If I had a black source, would that have been a turn 1? Yes. I'll take the Spell Pierce. Would have been a turn 1 with, well, maybe not with backup. Not with backup, because we didn't have any artifacts for bargain. So I would have had to go for Ad Nauseam, and then I wouldn't have enough mana to discard them and Ad Nauseam. They drew Tamiyo. We draw an LED. I think we can kill them. Ballsy plays, showing us that they have nothing 2 turns in a row. Damn. If I had cast Burning Wish to get Pier last turn, no, I'd still be 1 shy. They'd be dead if one of these were an artifact land. All right. If I could have even put a Necro into play there, I think I would have. I mean, I'm still gonna... If I draw something to go for it, I'm going to. I don't think we're supposed to wait around at this point. Wasn't the Golden Age with Deathrite Shaman and Miracles? I wouldn't say that's a Golden Age. Top was pretty miserable. And Deathrite Shaman was in, like, every deck imaginable. They said, I'm so far ahead, yet I feel 1 card away from being dead. They would be correct. Mm-hmm. Only way Deathrite Shaman comes back is if redesigned with a new card name and says tap, exile, land, get 1 mana of a color it could produce. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do with the card to tone it down, but I think the issue is more so that it homogenizes decks way too much. That's the one. That is a problem. Storm is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're dead. You can get a card off Soul Guide at some point. It's funny that LED could have just been like a Chromox. Basically, they can't crack their Soul Guide right now, because then we can just get Gaia's Will. Or they... I guess it's the same if they do it now. Because if they wait, then sure, they could counter one of the Tendrils, which probably wins as well, but either way, if they can't find a Force or Daze if they're playing it, they're dead here. I guess they were right when they said, I'm so far ahead, yet I feel 1 card away from being dead. All right, play Cobalt Therapy, play Haywire Might, and Feed the Swarm. All right, we're gonna trim a Cabal Writ. We're gonna trim a Mox Opal. I guess a Chrome Mox. Bruh. The Sand could win, but they play a fair amount of like permanent hate, and the Sand is not very good against that. And they play a lot of Prismatic Ending. But otherwise, like, Gaia's Will in Hand is not the worst against some control decks. This one plays Magic. Some would argue not, but you know. And hopefully we don't get Thoughtseized. Okay. You get another LED or Dark Writ? Jeez. Wow, the balls. The balls, Marcus, the balls. Whew. Have to add Naus, though. Well, at least it doesn't hurt. That hurts. We'll find another LED. All right, found it. I mean, it's a reasonable play to make. It's the type of play that your average player is never gonna make, but a good player is gonna play Tamiyo first some number of the time. It's still really risky. There's not like a ton of downside to playing Thoughtseize first, right? Like you're losing one clue. Dredge guy, hello. Do we lead on Thoughtseize? Obviously, in the league, they were playing LED Dredge. They'd mulled a 5. But if we just rip and they're not playing LED Dredge, they're playing Blue Dredge. They mulled a 4. To be fair, when we played them, we mulled a 4. I think I'm Thoughtseizing. One of two things, hopefully, occur as a result. I take an LED, and then we know that we're in the clear, or I take a Force. Yep. So had we gone for it, it would have been good, but then also we wouldn't know what they're playing. They said, I dare you to Thoughtseize me again. City is so good. Would you look at that? They died. I'm gonna do it for them. They said thank you. Dr. Edge. That's great. All right. Lucky for them, we're not on a leyline build here. Maybe they don't know that. They have to bring in bounce spells. I don't really need discard, do I? Play Haywire Might instead. It's not imprintable, though, which could come up. Play the feed. A little worse for my Ad Nauseam, but It's possible they bring in ley lines and they're relevant. Yeah, Vincent is awesome. Okay. Believe it or not, this hand wants a Chrome Mox. I don't really want this Necro, but it does make Cabal Therapy worse. They can hit Dark Writ. Their first Cabal Therapy is not going to hit. Almost surely won't hit anything. I guess it's possible they would name Dark Writ. A reasonable name, but you almost surely name LED or Surgical if you're looking to go off. Is he the Dredge guy on YouTube? Yes. Yes, for sure. Check out his YouTube. He started streaming. He used to stream a little bit here and there, but he hadn't in like a year or so. And he might start streaming like once a week or something. But anyway, you can support them. Please do. He is the Dredge guy. Okay. Opal. So we have 1, 3, 5, 6, 3 post Necro. Maybe that's a reason to play Thoughtseize instead of Duress, because you can't Duress yourself. I think I play Necro. I think I play it all out. Play Necro. You get an LED with Infernal Tutor. I could get a Surgical. Maybe that's actually better. Their hand is just the Narcomoeba, and they only have one Dredger. That actually does seem better. Usually don't want to be hitting Dredgers, but I think this is a circumstance that it's actually appropriate. Looting. Unmask is their interaction that was brought in. Sure. All right, I probably want to overdraw a little bit here. 6, maybe 7. I'm gonna do 7. I don't think I want to use one of these right now. Maybe I do. No. I'm actually most likely just imprinting it. You hit therapy, I think you can't lose anymore, / very hard. There's not really a reason to do it yet, though, right? Or I guess the only reason is because we have to go to discard, but the 2 life is very valuable. Yeah, I said, so I don't think I'll come back from this. GG and good luck today. You too. Hey everyone, thanks for making it this far. Just wanted to thank everybody, and if you're looking for more, show you where you can find that. If you go to the description below, you can find all of my links. If you go further down in the comments, you can also find my links, which will bring you to my Patreon, various tiers for Discord access, early access, sideboard guides, donation decks, coaching sessions. You can also check out the podcast within those links, as well as my Twitch, where I do most of my content. You can see the commands that you can use in the chat. Let's say you do dono. You're wondering how to get a link, how to do it. Tells you right here. And the members Discord is within the Storm, MTG Storm community. And of course, it's always going to help if you hit the like and subscribe. So thanks again. Keep storming, y'all. Can't bargain with this hand, though. I can't guys well with it. 1 shy of Ad Nauseam. I could Necro, but I think I'd rather just wait a turn. Or F6th. Uh-oh. Oh. I think they're supposed to take Dark Writ. And then hopefully we draw fast mana or Thoughtseize. It's got to be Dark Rit. I mean, they could take Infernal Tutor, but then I think I have a Beseech kill with the Wishclaw. 2, 4, 7. Enough to Beseech. LED Dark Rit would get me back to enough mana. I wouldn't have Bargain Fodder, though. I think it would still work, though. Then I'd have 3, 4, 5. I could use Infernal Tutor to get another LED, wind up with 6 mana, and then I could just cast the Burning Wish for Tendrils. That would be Storm. Dark Rit is 1, Wishclaw is 2, Beseech is 3, Gaia's Will is 4, LED Dark Rit is 6, Infernal Tutor is 7, LED is 8, Burning Wish 9, Tendrils 10. And they're at 17 anyway, so we wouldn't even need 10 Storm. 9 would have been enough. 2, 5. They take Dark Rit, and then if we draw any fast mana, I guess Opal wouldn't work. But Petal, Chrome Mox, Cabal Rit, then I can use Infernal Tutor to go off instead. Oh, right, they already took 3, and yeah, I mean, they'll be at 15. You take the Dark Rit. But if we draw discard, hopefully that stops them. There's that Mox Opal we talked about. Don't think there's a way to get cute with Wishclaw. Damn, man. Like, if I could put Wishclaw into play and get discard with Infernal Tutor, I'd do that. We gotta hope we're just not dead. Play out Wishclaw. They're 100% dead next turn. Even if they discard us and then we draw, say, Gaia's Will, we can still kill them. They got the mana? They do not. That's awesome. I'm gonna Thoughtseize them, because why not? I don't know why they're not F6'd. I hope they ban Balustrade and Undercity with Entomb together. I don't know, man. I mean, they're double queuing. But this is definitely a very good opportunity to just F6. Quad queuing. I mean, 2 of them are leagues, so it just means they're in the middle of a league. If you're going to call that quad queuing, then we are currently double queuing. Actually, I'm currently triple queuing then. Because I have an open vintage league and an open legacy league. Imagine Oops losing by time. That'd be funny. Happening. Is there any world where they would have a mana here but can't go for it because they have key components in their hand and have to wait anyways? At which point they're going to target us with this. They have like Spirit Guide plus. I don't know. I think the answer to that is no, but. I mean, how's life in the USA? Do you enjoy it? European here. I'd probably enjoy Europe more. I am fortunate. We'll say that. Cute. Get him out. Pew pew. Okay. So I want surgicals. I want age. I want needle. That's it. Probably don't have time for candy. Ball therapy. Don't necessarily need discard. Does BCD post their VODs? I think they might have a YouTube. Agoras, known YouTuber from Spain. Yeah, I know him. Played and streamed your Black Saga Storm list yesterday to a 4-1. He likes all but Necro and the 1x Burning. Necro is what has made this deck pretty good to incredibly good. And if you don't play Burning Wish, you have a large host of issues that are more problematic than just playing Burning Wish. Your other options are play another Tendrils, which I don't think is better. Or just play one Tendrils, which is also worse. Like, if you lose your Tendrils, you have an LED line and Tendrils is in your hand, it's going to the graveyard. Like, if Gaia's Will is gone, you don't have access to it. Plus, playing the Burning Wish is a way to have 2 Tendrils, but a less painful card for Ad Nauseam. And it is non-zero in that it can get random shit, including, of course, Pier and Beseech. I've been playing this deck a ton, but I'm confused on the 2 Beseech, 4 IT, and Talisman split. Well, it's 3 Talisman, not 4. You could play 3 Beseech. I don't think it's better. It hurts from Ad Nauseam a lot, and it's also very difficult to cast. We are primarily an Infernal Tutor deck, because you're leveraging LED, and the fact that you have a ton of LEDs with Infernal Tutor, with LED, and with Urza Saga. You definitely need more than 1 Beseech, in case you know, it lets you chain them, if it's imprinted, whatever. This hand, they kept on 7. Am I mulling to Surgical on the draw? And this is a turn 1 kill, but if they're not killing me, they're discarding me. And if they're discarding me, they're taking Infernal Tutor. Do we have a kill if I draw any Black Tutor? Answer is yes. Does that mean they take LED? Or should, at least. And where does that leave me? So if they don't kill us, they discard us, they take LED. Our Infernal Tutor sucks, because we have multiple lands. If I draw an LED, obviously great. I'd have to draw either that or, like, exactly Ad Nauseam. I think we're... At the same time, I do get to Thoughtseize them, so that's where it leads me. If they take LED, I'm probably priced into imprinting. Hopefully, we draw a card to imprint, and I get to Thoughtseize them, and maybe the game moves on. Is it better than an average, like, look for surgical hand? Problem is you can wind up with a weak surgical hand, they just keep a Thoughtseize hand, they take your surgical, and you're in a bad spot. Mostly you're just not in a good spot on the draw against them post-board. With this build, like, for a while we were on the Leyline build, different scenario. I would absolutely mulligan for Leyline. But surgical, it only does so much. It'll delay them a turn, they'll have a bunch of bodies in play, like, you need to have a hand that actually kills them shortly after. Hate to say it because I get dumpstered by Tony's Brews a lot, but he's got a super tight list here. Yeah, I mean, I encourage you to, if you see something, ask about it and talk about it, because one, I'm not right all the time. I learn a lot from others in the community. But odds are, especially with a curated list like this, you're just missing something, right? But yeah, 3 Beseech is clunky with this deck. It's tough to get 3 black and 4 mana up front. More often, we're getting our mana from LED, which is why Infernal Tutor is better. On top of that, Infernal Tutor plays really well with Urza Saga. This is the ideal scenario here, where our opponent just plays a land and passes the turn. That is a terrible draw. Like, I wanted it imprintable so that I could Thoughtseize them. I don't care about... I'm going to look at their last list. Like, we don't care about Force of Vigor. Yeah, Force of Vigor is their only interaction, which this hand just beats, so I'm just going to kill them. The only thing they could possibly do is hit my Chrome Mox. But even that doesn't matter. I can still win off of Vault, and we have 2 Chrome Mox. Talisman I always played for, but we're basically playing the 1 Necro in its place. And there's just not enough room to do more. If you're not worried about Force of Vigor, or know that they don't have it or whatever, no, you couldn't do a Chrome Mox trick here. Never mind. Let's just kill them. Now we do get to see what they kept. Just kept a turn 2. That also gets wrecked by Thoughtseize. This is not a keep. Oops. Against Black Saga Storm. In my opinion. But yeah, Talisman is just one of the better tutors for this deck, right? Like, it's an artifact that turns on your Mox Opals. It works really well with Saga. It allows you to play like a slower discard Saga hand at the same time when you just have a ton of mana. It's just a black tutor that doesn't need LED necessarily. Also being able to put it into play, and later on being able to get something like Cabal Therapy and flash it back with constructs. It's just, it's so good for the deck. It's so good for the deck. If we draw Tutor, this hand is pretty great. I don't think I keep it, though. This is definitely worse. Okay. Really don't mind Candy Trail here. Then I won't have access to a black source if I get wastelanded. Alright. How many one of Wincons can we jam in a combo deck? That's already a deck, right? Death. Oh shit. The worst draw. So if you notice here, without Candy Trail in the deck, you're just kind of hoping that you draw discard. But with Candy Trail, we have oodles of mana, clearly. And if we keep missing, like if you draw discard, great, you've already drawn it. If you draw a tutor, well, that tutor can get you discard, and then LED can get you more mana, so that you can put Wishclaw into play, use the other tutor to get discard, and boom, you now have discard, kill you, plus enough mana to do it. But if you keep missing on draws, in other words, drawing more mana, Candy Trail will save you. It's a terrible draw. And not only that, thanks to Saga and the nature of black tutors, you can get Cabal Therapy, which means you can hit multiple cards with 1 cast, and even more by flashing it back. Not the best when you have no idea what's in their hand, but oh shit, this is probably sneak and show. But fine if like you know what you lose to, right? Usually it's just naming Force of Will, and it's a way to be able to beat multiple Force of Wills. Okay, no show and tell on the stack. We like that. I would like to just draw a discard spell. That would be ideal. Although we do have to resolve Dark Writ first, most likely. See, now we have oodles of mana. Like, where are you here if you don't have Candy Trail in your deck? Just hoping they have nothing, right? And we have so much mana that even finding a Black Tutor allows you to have discard and kill you. Like, this scenario comes up a ton for all you Candy Trail haters. Or just assuming it's some, like, weird pet card for me. It's not a pet card. It is... should be in the deck. If your goal is to win. In my opinion. We have 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 10. I mean, Burning Wish does get Cabal Therapy. Beautiful. Wishclaw also gets Cabal Therapy. I'm not counting the total mana here. So we have 7, 8, 9. We do go down to 7 post Candy Trail, which means Wishclaw Cabal Therapy puts us to 5, and then we don't actually have lethal. Seven, 8, 9, 7, Burning Wish to 5. Burning Wish, Storm 5. Shit. I should have counted. I assumed I had infinite mana. Can't I wish for Beseech? I sure can. Our opponent has done nothing, is a blue deck, and has 6 cards in hand. So we're trying to, you know, actually get through what they're presenting. Back mana for Burning Wish to Cabal? No, if they counter this, sure, but they just let it go. We're exactly short. They could Tendrils and attack for 3. They put them to 6 and then 3. And we have to hope that like Ancient Tomb was part of their plan. If we had 1 more mana, then yes, Cabal Therapy would be on the stack. That was my intention from the beginning of this line. I just didn't actually count the mana. I assumed we had enough for all of it. But we were 1 shy. Probably just would have sequenced differently from the beginning had I seen that or counted it. Obviously, we have access to a Necro, but it's through Wishclaw, so it's not ideal. I think Tendrils is actually the line here. Main deck Fluster. Okay, well, sure. We're probably dead. Having said that, this is a good matchup. Because it looks like it's Sneak and Show. Blue-green is rough. Alright, which one? So, this is targeting the second one. Nothing else is. So I can pay for the first one to get 2 damage in. If we had that 1 additional mana, we almost definitely would have beaten this. Because Cabal Therapy would have named Force. Unless they had, like, Force, Brainstorm, and Fluster, and then we name Fluster in the second Cabal Therapy, and then their Brainstorm hits something. Sure. Locking up. I mean, we haven't lost this game yet. We draw a discard spell here, that's good. We did. They force it. They were probably dead, but... We'd have gone for Cabal Therapy plus Necro. We sure could have, but we'd be using a Wishclaw and almost surely dying. If I had counted, I think I would have actually just bottomed the Burning Wish and drawn blind. Okay. Our best draw is a land. Like a non-saga land and then saga would have been best. But we're dying. You know what's funny? What, our next card was Duress, right? So, had I counted, I would have bottomed Burning Wish and I would have drawn Duress. They had a Fluster. The question is, did they have that Force of Will before they stocked up? That would have been the question. But, okay. We have Needle, which is very good. And Cabal Therapy. You could play Surgicals. I wouldn't recommend it. There's too many things that you want to take. They have a wide variety of counterspells. So it's not particularly good at, like, discard you, take your counterspell, and they have, you know, sneak attack as well as show and tell, so... But Needle is just way too efficient at stopping, like, half of what their deck does. And I do want more discard. Willing to part with a Cabal Writ. Probably a Mox Opal. I'm going to keep this hand. It's really close, though. It's not an ideal scenario here. I'll say that. Considering playing Wishclaw, then I can still play Necro next turn. I don't think I want to slam a Necro immediately. Johan with the watch streak. Racking up the points. Probably would have rather that have gotten countered, but okay. No shuffle. Punished for playing it out. Oh shit. Hot Springs Games with the 5 gifted subs. Yo, I appreciate it. I think I am Thoughtseizing here, but it's close. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you so much. They forced their Thoughtseize. That's not good. Means we're probably dying right now. Alright. Or they have a Null Rod? No. Interesting. Damn. This could be really good here. Alright, Jason. No worries. Stock up, yeah. Oh, come on. Play around days. It's almost good news that they countered it. They didn't, I'd feel kind of dead. But we might be dead anyways. They have 4 cards. Worst possible. Maybe Gaia's Will is worse. But it's up there. Oops, all sneak attacks, maybe? I think I have to cast this. Because if they have like show and tell and just don't have a monster yet, we could just die. They have a Force Will, they probably just hard cast it here. Oops, all sneak attacks. Now we have the option of just like going hard if we draw mana and hoping they didn't draw something. Ah! This is not the first time this has happened, but boy, is it sweet when it does. And now they've revealed they have nothing. Okay, so Tendrils is not in the deck currently. They can't actually kill them. And I'm one shy of Ad Nauseam. Like if I Beseech here, doesn't, well, I do have this, I have access to this pedal. Wait, but I have none. No, it would not work. Well, now I have it, but it would walk into a counterspell and then give them a Wishclaw. I do think I just kill them with a construct. I think they're best, like, what, if they show and tell the Emrakul, that's fine, then I can just go for it. They would need to have drawn, like, show and tell and Omniscience. There's the show and tell. Okay. Now we know Forcewell, like, they could have something, but fewer worries. Two, three, four, five, six. I can just duress. I don't have to guess with Cabal Therapy. There's only one card, so I guess I'll Thoughtseize. Plenty of black sources. It was a force. Wonder when they drew that. LED. Easy game. All right. We made it to a game 3. Did not think we were going to get there on that one. Needle saved us. 8 minutes is plenty of time. We don't have to stop and chat in interesting situations, right? That hand was closer than it looked, but still not, like, fantastic. 2, 3, 4, 7. And is not bad. That's fine. I'm okay with that. That's nice. Just snap resolved. Oh, yeah. Am I naming Fluster here? Like, Wishclaw resolved suspiciously fast. I just have nothing. Sweet. There's a cage, and now I'm one shy, right? No, I'm not. I can Ad Nauseam. From 20 with a land drop, cage in play. 2 LEDs taken out of the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not great. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Ding. Easy game. Wow. All right, 4-0. Pretty good. Pretty. Tony, how's it going? Closing the stream. Good luck, have fun. We're on the draw. I'm gonna keep it. Okay. And is pretty good against blue. We don't want to see Wasteland, obviously. Alright. I predict we win this game. Gonna take a little bit, but... Ooh, that changes things. Might change things. Okay. So Thoughtseize. We're gonna force it? Itching Days. I think I'm just fine with this. Means they have a cantrip in hand, wants to unlock themselves? I don't think that means. Force Will, sure. Get rid of an Entomb. I think they have Entomb in hand. But they can't Entomb Reanimate unless they find another black source here. I don't really want to waste this petal. But maybe it's okay. They're going to force again. Maybe they have Reanimate in hand. They can always get Entomb with Tamiyo. It's fine. They still can't do Entomb Reanimate. Also fine. Took the Cabal Writ. I would like to kill this Tamiyo. Gross. Don't want those. They still can't have Entomb Reanimate because they don't have 2 black sources. Murktide. Interesting. It's actually pretty annoying. But okay. Do I crack Candy Trail or do I try to get 8 power with my constructs? I think even just like a petty theft at this point can really screw the whole construct thing, so I'm gonna crack Candy Trail. They got a Bowmasters, that's fine. Two, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, they're pretty dead. What's the best way to sequence this? I play Chromux first. It doesn't really matter in terms of life total. But I can put them to 12. And then if I'm imprinting Burning Wish, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We name Forest, then name Days. Could also imprint Cabal Therapy. Cast the Burning Wish. You sure can. They had a force. Got him. Okay. Blue-black Reanimator. On the draw, do I even want to play these? Or, like, do I want to play them at all? It's more likely I'd want to play them on the draw. But the plan of discard, kill you is pretty darn good. The problem I have with this shit is Tamiyo, basically, and Murktide. So what I have been doing is just treating it like a tempo deck. Because it's not as though our discard doesn't disrupt their Reanimator plan as well. Like, Cage might just be efficient enough where we should play it. Yeah, have you seen this deck before? I heard it's pretty good. OP getting spicy with the Entomb Days Wasteland deck. Alright, I would like an imprintable. Kinda works too. Makes me commit harder than I want to. It's fine though. They want to interact with an LED, that's fine with me. It was a good hand. Their hand is insane. Jeez, I can stop their Entomb. We're kind of hoping they wasteland us. Then we can do Saga stuff. They probably hold on to it. If I don't take Entomb, we're hoping they don't find Reanimate. Could also take Brainstorm. I'm taking Brainstorm here. Oops. They have Entomb in their hand. Oops, all petals? No. They Entomb here, and then we're kind of hoping they wasteland us and their Saga gets the cage before Entomb does anything. Draw Ponder. Yeah, pretty nice. I can get another Saga. I don't know that they force it or not. I could crack LED so that I can get and cast Cage. And then crack Candy Trail. Then I have to use my LEDs maybe for the Saga. What do they do with Ponder? They did not shuffle. Right, they did just force it. Force pitching, force, they still have Force of Will. Okay. I'm not gonna like YOLO the LED, but I think I should crack this. Oh my god. I was gonna say it, but I didn't want to say it. Because I wanted to draw it. Oh my god. Wow. But even if we drew like a discard spell, it would have been good there. That's not good though. I mean, I think we'll be making a construct. And then maybe we draw Darkrit so we can make another one. Ah, they get a Murktide? Hmm. Make a construct. It's going to be 4. Probably a 5/5. Then if I keep drawing artifacts, I might be able to move over the top of this. They didn't have a force. I don't think I would make a construct. Obviously, we don't know that they have a blue card. It's kind of unlikely. You don't have candy to get. If I draw black source, I can cast Necro. Necro's not the best with a 7/7 looking at us, but it still draws us like a new hand, basically. I'm gonna not make a construct. That's not great. I was hoping to draw a black source or a black ritual or a tutor. I don't know what to do now. I think I'm getting LED. No. Not good. At all? No, I mean, if anything, it's Chrome Mox, Imprint Necro. But it might just be another LED. Hope to draw a black source plus a tutor. Means I have to Cabal Therapy either this or next turn. Chrome Mox is just not enough total mana. Land the Necro next turn? That's true. I could go Petal cast Cabal Therapy now. Hit the force. Hope I draw black source. We go to 16. We Necro for whatever. Yeah. Petal, Opal, Swamp, Vault of Whispers. Infernal Tutor wouldn't be the worst. Then we're like hoping to draw more mana. Or Wishclaw, we could at least put it into play. Yeah. Oh yeah, Candy Trail was very important. Even at its worst, like being in your opener, right? All right. Pizza rolls finally cooled. Oh, come on. Mm-hmm. All right. Another Infernal Tutor still wins. Burnt Mouth is part of the pizza roll experience. It's true. No! Wow. Incredible draws. We did draw the cage after all. All right. I'll run it back. It kind of feels weird having cooled pizza rolls. Such a rare experience. Usually it's like you think you waited long enough, which is never the case. I forgot about them. Holy shit. Only one force? Okay, so yeah, this works. The power of Infernal Tutor, man. Classic turn 1 protected. They're trying to figure out if they're dead. GG's, by the way, would you have gone for more if I had forced the ritual? I can't. Yeah, Harain. I mean, you could even get an LED with the Infernal Tutor and then just play Wishclaw and get Tendrils off of that as well. 5-0. It's a trophy. All right. We're back. Yeah, Sand is fine. The Jace for if you draw with an empty library, you win the game. Yes. Blue Black Tempo. Ooh, baby. There's an LED. All right, let's get crazy. Going all the way. Spellbomb. Aragoyf, Nethergoyf. They have no interaction. Didn't hit much, huh? Seagate's pretty good, I will say. Seagate's pretty good. I'm just gonna rip on a Seagate here. We still have a land drop? Okay. What am I taking here? I'm kind of slow rolling into an Infernal Tutor situation, so I think I just want to take Spellbomb. No, Brazen Borrower is a bitch against IT. I'm actually going to take Brazen Borrower. I mean, no guarantee they're going to be holding it up or even see the line to screw over your IT, but 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. You can't Restoration again. I can PO, but it's not really even the best PO. Well, it's not terrible since we don't have a max hand size, actually. It's still not fantastic, though. Still gonna do it. Yeah, I think we just hold all this stuff. All right, your turn, OP. Yeah, OP's really brewing over here. Cooking it up. Ad Nauseam. No, thank you. Double Duress. Alright, I have a desire. Let's stock up first, though. Where are the opals at? And Chromoxen. Desire for 8. We need to not get wastelanded. And Brainstorm Barragoyf land. We'll just take the Brainstorm. They want to kite to us, that's fine. As long as it doesn't find Thoughtseize, or maybe I should just hit it. I gotta echo because. Oops. Should have cracked LEDs. It doesn't matter. There it is. Okay, we did not get wastelanded. They bottom 2 cards. That's pretty good. They have nothing. All right. They're asking about the list. Said, sorry, streaming. Just come to chat. Okay, so we have 6, 7, 8. We have 3, 6, 9, 11, 9 post IT. So we can peer. I think it's just peer. Ad Nauseam is a little bit risky. They have our graveyard covered. Do we have actual lethal? Storm is 3. So 4, 5. Beseech 6. Beseech 7. It would have to be IT 8, IT 9 Tendrils. So I would need 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I would need 14, no, 12 mana for that. 3, 6, 9. I do have 12. I don't want to recount all that shit, man. 3, 6, 9, 12. Storm is 3, 4, 5. No, because Beseech has no bargainables. All right. We're just going to peer. 2, 4, 11. Right, we still have Tendrils in our deck. 5. I don't know how I counted this to be 12 mana, even that one time as well. 4, 5. This is most definitely 11 mana, which is just enough to peer. Right, 2, 4 plus 7 is 11. Think we got him. Tendy's in hand or in the deck? Seems to be in the deck. You win with Jace into second Seagate. There were a million different ways we could win. You can use Jace itself to draw a card. You can use PO to draw a card. You can play a ring and draw a card. All right, blue-black tempo. I would like an additional discard spell, please. And I would like to submit. I could play Needle. Still kind of undecided on this. Well, against Tempo, I'm not sure that I want it either way, but maybe against Reanimator because of Tamiyo. It's mostly for Tamiyo. You don't just lose to the backside of Tamiyo. And then if it's in your opener, it's pretty good naming Wasteland, but it's probably just not good enough. Surge notes are getting pretty dusty. Yeah, I mean, if I don't have to use my Surge nodes, that bodes pretty well for me, right? Probably means I'm winning. They come in against Chalice. Chalice of the Void. You don't really have a great way of dealing with Chalice otherwise. Since we have colorless lands, you can use like engineered explosives, but it's a little bit sloppy because it can blow up our own shit. But I did play it for a while. And if you don't know what I mean by explosives being good against Chalice of the Void because you have colorless lands, you can't play it for 0 without paying mana, right? And if you pay colored mana, it'll come in with a counter for 1. But if you pay with a Saga, you pay with City, whatever, and just put 1 mana into your engineered explosives, it comes in at 0 and goes around Chalice on 0. But I do think Surge Node is better. Sure. Ooh. Not getting Thoughtseized. I like that. Don't like that. Your best chance here is hoping that they struggle to find a Wasteland. Wow. Well, that was a good one. Dare I say a perfect one. We probably don't wind up killing them here. They obviously have multiple points of interaction in their hand. Even a Force and a Daze, this doesn't really work. Is that true? Might not be true, actually. I think it does work. Unless they were to Daze the Dark Rit. You could get fancy with Cabal Therapy, but Force of Negation would be real bad. That's cute. Ballsy playing the Nethergoyf there. I guess with double Force they felt like they could. Kinda tough. I think I'd take Force of Will and cast Cabal Therapy. Take Force of Will, cast Cabal Therapy, and they can either Force Pitching and Sign and hope to draw a blue card. They can Force Pitching Force or just let it resolve. Either way, then we're getting Thoughtseize, most likely. And they take the Dark Rit, but then Saga pops off. They can consign it if they find another land. Alternatively, I could cast Dark Ritual after taking Force of Will. I think they forced that. And then I think I'd rather have Dark Rit in my hand than Cabal Therapy. Right, I mean, that's the line I'd be working towards, but I think they force the Dark Rit, and then I'm just in a worse position. If they don't, then it is probably a better spot, but I'm not even necessarily winning with constructs, right? See what they want to do about this. We're just fighting for the first seed as well. Which, I mean, is very helpful. Oh no, we're growing the Nethergoyf! You can also let it go if they want to try to glean information from what is in our hand. But they're about to Thoughtseize us, so that doesn't really matter. Like, there could be a spot where you let the Cabal Therapy go because the play is obvious, and if they make a different play, then it tells you something about their hand, you know. But I don't think it really applies here. I think they Force Pitch and Consign. But we'll see. But I mean, we have a Saga in play, so I think it's just never correct to let this resolve, because then I have a Cabal Therapy in my graveyard. But do we make a construct next turn? Well, there's no way to know that from here, so I'm not going to really put much thought into it, but almost surely no. Here's the thing. If they don't Thoughtseize us, and they consign our Saga, then we still have Dark Rit. And then the question will be, did they draw a blue card? No, it won't, because they will have pitched the Force in that scenario. Chat yearns for the constructs. Hey, we've had a lot of construct beatdown. We've even had the, like, you know, chip in with the constructs and finish them off with a mini tendies. It's not a particularly easy choice for them, I guess. It's not about whether or not you force it. It's, do you pitch Consign or do you pitch the other Force? Plus, they had plenty of time to think about it because we've been eating our clock from double queuing and chatting. Final round of Swiss, yeah. We're fighting for the first seed in the top 8. Yo, we got the dad raid. What up, Dad? Are you proud of me? We're crushing it. After yesterday's embarrassing performance. All around. Well, no, I wasn't. I mean, Modern, I went from 1 and 2 to 6 and 3. So, not bad. We got 60th out of like 330. So, Vision Consign and counter seems fine. You still have a play with Thoughtseize and just need to draw a blue card. It sure does, but also if you draw a land, it's better to have Thoughtseize and Consign, right? How's the OP tanking so hard on this? Well, we tanked for a while, so they might not even be tanking. They may have gone to the bathroom before we put Cabal Therapy on the stack. Who knows? It might be pooping. Always a possibility. 0-3 into 3-3, not bad. Force pitching force. Okay. I can't imagine they're not going to Thoughtseize us. But if they don't draw land, it is possible. It did. Right now, if they don't have a land and didn't draw a force, they're dead. They drew a force? Surgical? I guess that's possible. We're past the draw step. Oh, it is candy time, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or... Candy's not that helpful, though. Leaves us one shy. Making a token and blocking was not a way to go. Using my LED and discarding this hand seems pretty wild. I think I'm supposed to just... I can make a token here and get LED. That way we're not just fully dead if they do have a force. No, I don't have enough mana for that. I'd have to get like a opal or some shit. Then my construct is so bad. I can also candy trail and wait. Like, we don't have to kill them right now. If there's discard that I'm drawing into here, and there certainly is. I think I just wait. I don't even have to draw it right now. Now, there's a chance that they didn't draw a force and they figured their only chance is if they hard bluff that they do have it. Another Thoughtseize is fine. And they're dead. What's up, B-Mage? Yeah, good games. We do have to add Naus, because I don't have any Beseeches left. Interesting. From 16, we do have a land drop. Okay. There it is. They're dead. Yoink. Guess I don't even have to crack that. Sweet. So they were bluffing on the force. I think if I completely missed on the candy trail, I would have just went in, though. Right? But that candy trail just basically made it so that we only lost to, like, land null rod. I think. Well, 6-0. Opponent last seen playing Dimir Reanimator. Wow. What a crazy choice. His hand is okay against them. It's not the best. The problem is the hand doesn't really want to play Saga. I could play it on 1. I think if I'm gonna play it, You know what I mean? Like, if I don't play it on 1, of course the line is I'm able to put a Necro on the stack on turn 2. But then I'm not playing Saga until turn 3, so it's not popping off until turn 5. I think I'd just rather play it and hope I run into, like, discard, and... It also means I'm giving up tokens, but... Or maybe. I could draw, like, a Chrome Mox or an Opal. The question is LED the best card in my hand? It's close, but I think I would rather them take one of these than LED from here. They're just playing Jeskai control and they pending my LED. Alright, that's probably an Entomb. I'm glad I played Saga first. Discard would be real nice. Alright. Does mean I can play a Necro. If I play a Necro, I am still threatening lethal next turn. If I don't play a Necro, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Candy Trail 6, 5. I still wouldn't have enough. Like, if I don't use these petals, I'm still 1 mana shy of Candy Trail to find discard and then kill them. Plus, I wouldn't have any bargain fodder. So I think I play Necro. And next turn, threaten lethal with IT and getting LED. And hopefully we draw a discard spell down. Sure. If they have Entomb, Reanimate, and a Force. Sure. Okay. Sure does feel like an Animate Dead. Of course. Well, we can't get Thoughtseized or Wastelanded. And they didn't find a Force. Out of these cards, it's only Daze. Given that they already used the Force and had Entomb plus Animate Dead, I think it's reasonably likely they do not have a Force in their hand. On top of the fact that if we draw a discard spell, it won't matter. Additional mana. Oh, I'm gonna hope for no Force. I guess Double Daze would have been a problem there. There's maybe an argument for not even casting Cabal Rit, but we're not going to talk about that. I guess Beseech is a little bit weird. They kind of showed us they don't have Double Daze, but maybe they fucked up. Maybe I was supposed to make red here and use Burning. Well, no. Problem is bargain fodder. Maybe I should have gotten an Opal. I could Ad Nauseam. I mean, I think it's pretty much 0. They don't, or I don't think they have Double Daze. At the same time, it's pretty tough to die from Ad Nauseam with 3 black. Just resolves. I guess I could have used the Cabal Rit, but it doesn't matter. Like a Threshold Cabal Rit. Nice. Okay. Reanimator on the draw. Again, I think Cage is good enough. I do want my 10th discard spell, and I don't think it's good enough to be playing Surgicals against them. Tony, what will you think tomorrow when they don't ban anything from this deck OP is playing? Be pretty disappointed. But I'm used to being disappointed in Legacy at this point, so... Infernal Tutor is banned. No, they're gonna ban Wish. That's why it's crashing Moto, because they already like accidentally programmed some of it because they know the ban is coming. No argument. True. True. Hold on. Dream Decker has been kicking me, or the bot has just been like leaving. There you go. Alright, I mean, this hand is, it's good. It wants an LED to be better. Some of the most hilarious and spot on call around them half programming and giving it away. Oops is getting the axe according to the Reddit Neanderthals. Yeah. I don't think the number is supported enough, but I'm not going to shed a tear if it gets banned. The deck, that is. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't have, even if we didn't cast the discard spell, we don't have a play off of the Wishclaw, per se, but we do have double discard plus put it into play, leaving ourselves with, or no, I'd have to imprint Dark Writ to do that. So let's do this. Let's go. I'm gonna play my land. I don't really want my pedal to get dazed. So lead under us. Worst case scenario, they have Brainstorm, a second land, and a Null Rod. But not particularly beatable, if that's the case. Brazen Borrower is annoying. You can imprint Dark Writ, play Wishclaw, crack a pedal to hit force, but then I can't really afford to spew resources, otherwise Petty Theft is actually just way too much of a pain in the ass. So I'm just going to Thoughtseize the Force. It's either that or we should have just held on to it for next turn to see if like hitting Petty Theft would be good. We got a sad face in the chat. We'll hit him with one of these. Murktide? Hopefully we just draw an LED. Eee. We play Wishclaw, they can bounce it. We get punished by Thoughtseize by not imprinting here. But I think the risk to have one additional mana is worth it. Especially given we're going to have to replay this Wishclaw. Almost definitely. Main phase Petty Theft. Yep. Land, okay. Now the question is, do I just play out both Chromox and play around Thoughtseize? I think I need this Dark Writ for my guy as well. Yeah, I do. Alright, they're on one draw. Another Petty Theft. Okay. Oh. 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that does it. 7 allows me to Beseech. I can replay Opal and Petal. Get Beseech. I want to bargain away Opal. Get Guys will. Petal. Can't get Threshold, but that's fine. More than enough Storm. It's a GG's. Nice. Top 4, baby. Undefeated. Spectacular. You could go. All right. Currently playing. Last seen deck was Beseech Storm. Do we know that that's what they're playing? Usually means some sort of ant. That is what all of their results have been. Goldfish has been naming this the Epic Storm. Okay, so they're playing like Echo Saga Storm with fails, spoils. Cool. Traps in the sideboard. Interesting. Sand is so close. If this were like a duress, I think I would keep it. I almost still want to keep it though. If I get discarded, it's really bad. If they're holding a Veil, it's also not great, because Burning Wish is how I beat Veil, and if I peer, I can't beat Veil. I think I mulligan. I can turn one Necro, or I can play these out, and then I have Resilience against discard. I'm gonna keep. Necro's not the best against an Echo deck. That's for sure. Only this had one more mana. He kept on 7. Looks like they are doing their thing here. Also nice to get some material into play so that if they echo and pass, we're in good shape. It's an LED. Spirit Guide. They're doing stuff. I think they're doing stuff. That's pretty cool. There's two Storm decks in the top 4. They're echoing. They don't want to spoils. Fair enough. Ugh. Yeah, but it wouldn't take much for it to be good. Any non-opal artifact. I considered playing Vault so that this wouldn't happen, but the odds of not drawing some sort of non-opal artifact, pretty slim. Okay. Okay. It's going to be really hard to beat Veil with Gaia's Will in her hand. It would be reasonably easy next turn. Might just Thoughtseize them. Otherwise, I have to make a token, play Opal, cast Writ, 2, 3, and then I have enough to... No, not enough. Beseech doesn't really do anything. Guy as well. Not enough mana to Ad Nauseam. So I'm gonna Thoughtseize. Hope that I don't get failed, and if I do, at least they have to use their pedal. Spoils. Down to 2. They named Darkrit. How to use Gaia's Will? Is it a mirror target only? Correct, yes. You don't want to draw it. Storm kill next turn. I mean, I'm still gonna not kill. In fact, now that they're at 2, I think I would just have a lethal Debt to the Deathless without going through like any of my Storm engines. Then why'd you draw it? Yeah, it wasn't a good thing to do. It was a mistake. Okay. Sorry. All right, the fact that they're not immediately slamming something is good. Don't be sorry, be better. Aye, Mod Aloro. Oh no. The last sip of coffee. We're running on fumes. You can just draw in a brainstorm, put it on top? Yeah. Uh-oh. This is good. This is very good. Assuming they don't now go like pedal kill you. I will not Tendrils them. They have green Spirit Guides and Veil of Summers in their deck, and I have a deterministic way to kill them around it. Probably even Thoughtseize first, right? Yeah, because if they don't have it, I don't really want to show it to them. I could like do some fancy stuff to get Threshold, but it just doesn't matter. Waste time. They didn't have it. But basically, I'd play Infernal, I'd crack for white and red. They're at 2. And I use Debt to the Deathless. If they were at 20, I'd have to go for Ad Nauseam. And it would have to be a pretty good Ad Nauseam, simply because Gaia's Will is in our hand. But otherwise, from this spot, if Gaia's Will wasn't, Beseech into Gaia's Will is going to net like a bajillion mana with all these Infernal Tutors and stuff. Into Ad Nauseam, and then we're going to have way more than enough resources to be able to Debt to the Deathless over 20. But obviously here, we just don't need to do that. Hold on, that didn't feel right. I don't want to get screwed by Moto here. It's a weird game. We would not have had to float red with an opal. We have 2 LEDs. One can make red and one can make white. And then we'd still have 2 black. Okay, so they're... Unless I'm missing something. Our last list had 2 traps. I don't know that they're even going to bring those in on the play. They've got the Veils. This list is not showing Thoughtseize of Duress in the main. There's 1 Duress in the side, 1 Cabal Therapy, unless I'm missing. No. But they did Duress us that game, so it's not necessarily their list. Having said that, are these worth it? I do think Cage is good enough, even on the draw. I don't necessarily need more discard. In fact, I might even trim one, especially against Veil, huh? It's important to have discards so that you can check for Veil. If they don't have it, then you know and you can kill them. I don't know that Surgical is good enough. It's most of the time... Well, they are trying to do a lot of Beseech stuff. It's not the best against Echo, but hitting LED mid-sequence happens a lot. And is good. It's either cut a land or cut Candy Trail. I usually regret cutting Candy Trail. Well, not going to get rid of this hand. It sure is Shadow. Exclusively. And it's those Surge nodes. Mold to 5, 4. At this point, good chance we're either getting echoed or discarded. Or they hold up Veil. That's certainly a possibility. Spoils for LED or Echo, whichever one they don't have. One of the reasons I don't love this card, wow, it was the top card. But is because when you're echoing, like, you're not going to be, it's not great to have cast this card once and then echo into having this card in your deck, right? But it is certainly a black gamble. Mm-hmm. It's not a bad hand. Your opponent did the same VS and lost the game twice due to removing too many cards. Looks like it will work this time. Yeah. Oh, you're right. It exiles a bunch of important stuff too, or at least potentially. Imprint Echo Pass. It's got to mean they have an Echo in hand and they just want to make sure their Chromox doesn't get discarded. They could have literally Echo and like lands. But this cage feels pretty good. Do you like candy? Full stop. They've had Trap in one of their lists. I will duress them. Okay. Cage is pretty good here. Just take Dark Rit. Beseech can get Song at some point. I guess it's Beseech. Although then they're reasonably close to front-siding an Echo after a Bowmasters. We're pretty close to killing them, though. Get on the bottom. I'll top Saga. Ban prediction, Entomb, Dread Return, LED. Question is, do we go for a combo? They have one unknown card. One of their lists has 2 traps. And we do have a kill. 4, 5, 6 mana, 5 mana post Wishclaw. It would be Beseech away the cage and Opal. Right? Having 1 mana left, Dark Rit. Opal would not be turned on. But that would be fine, because I can re-Dark Rit. I have like no Storm, I guess is a problem. They're at 20. I could Ad Nauseam. I don't actually have a... Oh, I have another Dark Rit in the graveyard. I think I'm supposed to combo. Just don't play the cage. That would be bad. Oh, there's also Veil. I'm forgetting about Veil. It's not just Trap. Well, it's not like we're just dead if they have it, but it would be real bad. It wasn't on my radar because they didn't have green mana for like the whole time until they played Gemstone Mine. It does not stop me from casting from Beseech, but it certainly stops me from casting my Beseech out of my graveyard. Know what I mean? Oh, 8-0. It's not a great hand. I mean, it has a kill once Saga pops off, but I don't have any discard. I think I'm okay with mulliganing. This hand's not the best, but I'll keep it. And I will lead on Thoughtseize. Oh, look at this. Blue-black cards. What is this deck? What's this card? I think I just take Thoughtseize and hope Tamiyo's too slow. Little Thoughtseize on Thoughtseize action. Their hand sucks. I mean, Tamiyo's pretty broken. Plus, if they draw a force, they do have a blue card at least, so it's not... Win with constructs, why not take their card advantage? Because constructs are going to take a number of turns, and it's not going to take much for them to be able to deal with it, especially considering they have petty theft. So one of mine are already answered. They opted out of playing Tamiyo. I guess that means they drew Entomb. Maybe Brainstorm. I have a Necro if I want it. Necro doesn't look great, since they're going to bounce it next turn. I guess it's non-zero that they just surveil here, but that's like super cowardly. I don't see that being the case. It's Brainstorm, yeah. Mm-hmm. Tamiyo? Presumably one of these lands is on the top of their deck right now, but that also means they're going to draw into it. Infernal Tutor is admittedly not the best against petty theft. Could copy Cabal Writ. I think I do that. Could also copy Opal, but there's a chance Cabal Writ gets better. Necro, they have a petty theft in hand. Pretty much have to win with the first set of cards drawn off of it. Love to draw a discard spell. Thank you. So I have a land drop post Gaea as well. So if I Thoughtseize, I'll have 2, 3, 4. Beseech. I'll have Opal and a land drop. And I believe I'll be Threshold as well. So this is a protected win. You gotta hope their hand isn't like Force. It is not. Easy game. They do have a clue token. They could rip off the top. Days works. I do like that they're doing it now, which makes sense. If my last 2 cards are Dark Rip plus Beseech, and I just made a mistake playing this one first. Gotta play the Vault. Not that I need it, but we're just barely Threshold for this Cabal Writ. Might as well seize their thoughts. Ooh. That is a good one. But not good enough. Alright. 1 game away. Yes, some 13Ds. Okay, so it is Reanimator. Seems to be a popular deck. The Cage and Cabal Therapy. Sprimmy, Cabal Writ, and a Mox Opal. Despite both of these cards having served us very well there. It's the fake Reanimator deck. The Imposter. Hear you, Dad. We all hear you. Win this and get LED banned, right? Never. Storm would have to be overly dominant for 10 years straight, right? That would surely get a pillar banned, right? No. If Storm were dominant for like a month, they wouldn't ban LED. I've been the good guy Reanimator for 2 years now. This Imposter needs to go. Yeah. It's quite the world we live in, that Black-Red Reanimator is the good guys. I'm not going to get rid of this hand, but it is certainly fragile. Don't want to get wastelanded, and I would like to draw a discard spell. Or if they, or don't want to get Thoughtseize, I mean. If they do Thoughtseize us, though, and we draw a Tutor, I am ripping. I am ripping immediately. Hell yeah. Congrats on top 4. Pretty sweet deck. All these Dimir decks, it's nice to have a couple Storm decks up top. They could get spicy and take Dark Rit. No. Alright, come on, Infernal Tutor, Wishclaw, Beseech, or Burning Wish. Alright. You imagine if they had taken Dark Rit? Moto was sure of it. That's why it prepped the Thoughtseize bug. But Moto just got it wrong. Do they have Entomb? It doesn't feel like it. They're fetching here. They just surveilling? Yep. Would we still rip if I drew action here? I don't know. Every turn that passes, it's more likely that we would have to wait even longer to actually get through, but given that they are a Reanimator deck, they're usually pressured into it. Alright. Beseech still wins. Okay, Beseech does not still win. Well then. Here's some artifacts. How about some artifacts? They clearly have some interaction in their hand as well. What's our out? Non-artifact black sources, that being 3 swamps, either in combination with active sagas or Beseech. They're at 15, so Beseech chain. Casting these, casting Dark Rit, beseeching a couple times, Tendrils, they are dead. But I'm going to need some discard to go with it. Screenshot this massacre of a game? I won't do it. Or naturally drawing Tendrils with a Swamp. I think Swamp is probably the card that I want to draw the most. At least if I draw Saga, I can play it and wind up with Candy Trail and get some card selection. Pretty tough to pull off, though. You could hold the Saga, but I think just playing it out and getting to our Candy is better. If I draw Swamp, I could try to, like, Dark Rit and make a token. Alright, I got that one covered. Swamp. We could win this game. I'd say it's probably hovering in the 5% range. It's not like 1%, you know? We need Swamp. Now. Uh-oh. We go to 8, we draw Swamp, we go to 5. We draw Beseech. Triple Duress. We got some full house action. Maybe they'll duress us instead of attacking. If I win this, you'll give 10 subs. Well, now we have to. All right, give me a Swamp or a Beseech. A Burning Wish. Well, Spire. Spire is over there. One of these should be a Petal, so that I have access to imprinting if I need, having drawn Infernal Tutor. I think we're just dead at this point, actually. Even if I draw a Swamp or an Infernal Tutor. Kind of curious to my next draw. Ah, jeez. I'm not gonna sit around for this. Maybe Moto will let me look. Just let me look. And I just want to look. All right. This is for all of the marbles. All of them. I'll run it back. Not going to play Fatal Push for Dothy Voidwalker. I don't really care that much about it. Protected turn 1. We did do that against the blue-black player today. And they had a forest, too. That felt good. Yo, what up, Jason? We're 8-0 in the finals. Game 3. Thank you. Every last marble. It's winner take all. The marbles. I can't keep this. It's funny, but I can't keep it. This is one of the worst hands we've seen. Just like full stop, huh? If we were to keep this, I don't even know what I would name with Cabal Therapy. Like, we're trying to do Saga stuff. Obviously, it just gets stuffed by a Wasteland. They're on 7 cards. It is an immediately active Saga. Like, if they're just trying to do Voidwalker and Tameo and like have forces. If I were to keep this, I think I would name Null Rod. Name Null Rod so we can make tokens. Yeah. We can make second token. It is Cold to Wasteland. These are probably our 2 weakest openers of like the whole event. Bummer for the final game. I think I keep this. Oh yeah, that's good news. Eli, really? We did not hit. They did have a Force. They do have an Entomb, and they do have a Voidwalker. They do not have a Wasteland. So, I think on average, our Cage is going to be faster than an Entomb here, but we'll see. And our Saga definitely beats this Voidwalker. We don't care about their forces. Play Bloodstained Mire. Oh, I hope they drew Thoughtseize. They cast it. Ponder. That's pretty scary. At least I get a token, but... And, like, if they find Reanimate and an untapped land... But it's very good for us that this is a Surveil land. They can't just look for straight-up Reanimate. Or a straight-up Null Rod, right? Like, any 2-mana line, they have to... The Ponder has to find a land with it. Otherwise, they have to wait a turn, which is... probably detrimental for them. They did not shuffle. Found a second land. So we're hoping they just play Voidwalker here. Found Null Rod plus land. Well, we're going to have a large construct. And we get to have Cage in play. That's actually a good draw. They can't EE with Rod in play? That is correct. They probably should have countered that, honestly. Okay. So what, they upkeep Entomb? It doesn't really help to even play the Voidwalker. They did not upkeep Entomb. They bottom another land. They play Voidwalker. And now they're on one draw. They do have an unknown in their hand. That'll really matter. Reanimate doesn't do anything now. It's like Petty Theft. Fatal Push if they're even playing it. Tamiyo can chump. They're not slamming anything. Yes! Aha! We got him! Fuck yeah! Now you know. Let's make it official. We gotta change the title. I want to mislead people. Oh wait, we need the coins. We need the coins. We need the mayhem on the screen. Woo! Yep. Keep them coins coming. Oh man. Nice. Well, now I gotta do YouTube editing. Color of the t-shirt appropriate for the deck.